And up here in the top left, in the yellow, up 1-0.
GSL Green Wings Avenge.
Still not clear who he's avenging.
No?
Probably not a fan of the Avengers movie series because it's terrible. But down here at the bottom right in the red.
KT Roster Sleep.
Did you see any of the Avengers movies?
I actually didn't because I was told by some of my friends, maybe you were one of them,
I definitely
not
was.
to watch them.
I actually only saw the second one, Winter Soldier, or whatever it was called. And there was a scene, I know I've like told this story before, I think with Tasteless I was talking about, there was a scene where like they're in the mall and they're trying to escape being detected. They're trying to wear like normal people's clothes, and the girl's like, kiss me, it'll look normal. And I'm like,
no,
oh
man, that's
God.
Captain America.
Oh, that's Captain America, not
Yeah.
the Avengers. Okay. Yeah, that's the one.
I saw that
that's
movie,
the
man.
one. Yeah, that's the one. That was
And I
terrible.
saw that scene and I was like, what?
I felt actual pains in my body when I saw that. The Avengers, I saw. No, I didn't see. Did I see the Avengers? I don't think so. If I did, it didn't leave a memorable impression. Oh, I like this. Just assuming the drone's going to be there, he actually pulls 2 probes. Chill out, overlay. No reason to like go crazy. Just stay up there.
No reason to get in the way. Calm down. You'll have your chance. Nice placement there, even with the drone.
That was crazy how fast
He
he
slipped that in, man. Snuck it right in, underneath everyone's noses. But yeah, I mean, when I go see an action movie that's made in America now, I just assume that it's going to be a bunch of action, and the story is going to be very, very predictable. It's not going to be the best movie, of course, but it's just there. You're like, you know, I don't really have anything else to do. Why don't we go watch a movie? And everybody's like, all right. We go see Captain America. It's not the best movie, but
I like the
still enjoyable. I mean,
thought-provoking films, you know.
yeah, I mean, those are definitely better, but doesn't mean you can't enjoy other films as well.
You know what? I feel like one of the best films that there ever was for being like a cross-between an action movie, but also being like somewhat thought-provoking and really interesting was Tron Legacy. That movie was like, so sick for just being like so good on the action side, but also the story was quite compelling as well. Well, everything in this game has been so far so normal. The 2 pro pull was cool. Gets his Nexus up, you know, a lot more quickly that way. And knowing that it's going to be a double hatch before pool follow-up, he goes straight into the gateways, greedy as could be. So these guys being Greedmeisters, and they're basically Grinches in this case.
Greedmeister, Meisterburgers.
Yeah, what's the other guy? Scrooge. Yeah, there's Scrooges here. Definitely not going to be giving anything to Tiny Tim in this game.
Yeah. This probe got some minerals. He's going home. Going to return those.
Yeah, he's got to take them home. Now, you know, this is a really interesting situation here for me watching this, because I would have felt Sleep would have actually kind of pretty easily defeated Avenge, just based on the fact that he doesn't have a whole lot of results. He's not played any televised matches recently. Yeah, he's played more matches in total in the GOM studio here in Samsung than Sleep has. Sleep more known for his Pro League matches, especially recently, but he did play his fair share of GSTL games. I just felt like Sleep was going to be super favored here, but he really got crushed in that first game. Now, it was a really aggressive build, and it was a tough situation with the build that Sleep chose to defend it, and he just basically picked the wrong answer. But this is the game I feel where you can really test how good Avenge is when he plays a normal game, because he's already going into Stargate here. We'll probably see a Phoenix to finish off that Overlord. Gets a Forge now as well for extra added safety. And these Lings, actually, they're going to get in. Hello.
There's 4 of them there. I mean, there's only a Stalker and a Mothership core. They're going to be able to easily run into the main. Although they do go the wrong way. This one Zergling does not get pushed in the direction, but he does know about that pylon, so may be able to assume. Oh, and he's going to get the Scout. So he does know. Sees the Oracle being made there.
Could cancel, but I guess it's going to force some more aggressive reaction, Sporecrawler-wise, and it could be useful to defend the 3rd. He's going to start. Actually, I like this. I like this, then just make Void Rays, skip Phoenixes entirely.
Yeah. Very, very useful build. Just use your Stargate units to defend, rather than try to do a ton of damage. Of course, the Oracle is going to go across the map and maybe try to pick at some of those gas drones. You can't really get full coverage on your mineral lines with just one Spore Crawler, but the Queen is usually able to push away anything else. And he's already got 2 Queens. Sleep, we've seen in both of these games always producing a lot of Queens here for defense.
Here we go. Targeting down 1, 2. Just 2. almost a third. You can get 4 if there's no Spore Crawler usually, but with the Spore there, kind of gets cut in half. Just does so much damage to air.
Yeah. Follows up with the Twilight Council after putting down that third base.
You know what's interesting is Sleep only made 1 Spore. He adds a second one now, but he was pretty comfortable with just Queens alone to defend this, you know, in most cases. And correctly predicting where the Oracle are going as well is pretty good for him.
Now Oracle going to try his luck here at the third base. The Queen, just 1 Queen in position here. Maybe able to snipe 1, gets 2, and he's going to have to get out of there. It's pretty low to those Queens trying to spread the creep. Weren't in position right away. And starts charge right away with 4 gates to follow up here, 5 even.
It's a lot of gateways. And with charge, could be seeing a timing attack here with Charge Zealot Archon. It's not necessarily going to be what we're seeing. I mean, the charge for Zealots this early isn't useful for much else. You know, it's obviously kind of useful when you do Warp Prism Harass because the Zealots can actually close the gap on killing structures or drones a little bit faster. But yeah, I mean, look at this. Just a tight wall here, a bunch of gates. See how many adds after this. Cannon going up in the +2. Normally see +2 and Blink as like the next step for this if you're going to do a timing attack, but could be seen at Temple Archives.
Yep, still waiting on that. Adds a robotics facility actually.
Yeah, so really curious as to why the. I mean, I guess it could just be, like I said, for a rush to Warp Prism Harassment. Catches 1 probe here, trying to find another opportunity. Just not there.
No. Follows up with a bunch of links. He's got melee upgrades here, actually, as well as the armor coming down there for ground. Sleep does.
Yeah, he's going towards that path of just kind of like, you know, using lings to control the map, having the upgrades for those, having those to defend against Blink Stalker timings, and then also, you know, the lings are there for, or the upgrades are there for Ultras. Sleep's trying to figure it out. He's like, this seems to be a timing. It's really confusing to him, I think, because he's seeing like, okay, on these Stalkers, so he might actually have identified, and now he knows there's charge, so he's probably like, okay, Charge Zealot Archon. The robotics might just be for a Warp Prism alone, and he sends that across to reinforce. That could be what we're seeing here.
Yeah, actually wouldn't be too surprising. But so far, Sleep doing a good job with keeping this attack back with those Zerglings you were talking about, controlling that map, really delaying, buying himself a lot of time here. But again, Pylon's building a lot of them is Avenge. He's really going for an attack here, but still has to deal with these Zerglings out on the map.
2 Archons, Warp Prism, that +2, and Swarmos. Sleep is actually thinking he can get away with getting Swarmos out here. He's going to have to buy a lot of time for that. But if he does get it, this game will almost certainly result in a win for him, because if you have Swarmos out against no sort of AoE damage whatsoever, you're going to be able to control this map, especially. The map is great for Swarmos. We've seen it time and time again. He's trying to buy, again, time with these Zerglings. There's only 38 of them. There are 12 roaches on the map as well. Looks like a few of those getting canceled there. So almost 4 of them, 5 of them on the way. Enduring Lifetime upgrade for the Locust getting halfway done as well. Rogers Bay comes up for Avenge. I guess he's not really going to be able to commit to this overall. After all, he's very content with just killing the 4th base and stepping back and getting that AoE damage after scouting what's going on. Oh, it's a real Phoenix.
Yeah, this is pretty annoying for Sleep, actually. He's going to have to pull back some of those Overlords. This Phoenix just being really annoying. Now Avenge coming over here to the other 4th base, possible 4th base location, but sees nothing.
I think he can actually burst down this one again. He comes up there. There are a few spines, but Swarmos aren't ready. He's just not comfortable with those lings around there. Okay, now decides he is. Spine Crawlers are in position on the other hand, but just way too much Protoss damage here. The Swarmos are not ready. There's only a few of them, and there is an Observer here. This could actually be game-ending if he can get those Archons on top of the Swarmos. There goes a Time Warp.
And the Force Fields get all of those Swarmos trapped there, and the Observer is going to be able to kill all of those Swarmos, even add some more. And the Swarmos in the back aren't going to be able to send out any of these Locusts. And even a drop here in the main with a bunch of these Zealots, already 4, and they're going to go up to total 8. That 4th base is not getting up at all.
He actually selected it for a second, but then didn't deselect it, didn't cancel. Loses his infestation pit, which means no more infestations and no hive tech. And back at home, he's got, as the Observer very frantically showed us there, +3 Blink and Colossus range on the way, with 1 Colossus already on the map. Zealots over here are going to work as well, and Sleep is falling apart like a lost Jenga game right now, man.
like really, really deep cooked meat or something, really falling apart in your mouth. But, I mean, he's just doing so much damage all over the map. The Sport Base is trying to get up here again, but the Swarmos totally caught out again. Fairly nice force fields are going to catch 4 of them, and they're all going to go down.
You might look at this situation and say, well, that's really greedy of him to try to put the Swarmos in that position, but if he doesn't do that, then how can he ever hold a 4th base? If he doesn't ever hold a 4th base, then 3-base Cross against 3-base Zerg, Cross wins that every time. Oh, he's got a Spire on the way because he needs to get those Corruptors out. What he could also consider is a big switch into Mutalisk, but he doesn't have the gas for that right now, and there's so many Archons on the map anyways.
Yeah.
I just feel like Corruptors are the way to go here, but those are so expensive. He's got a lot of Swarmos coming out, 9 more.
This is so scary, though, for Sleep. Like, the +3 was just snuck out there by Avenge somehow over the course of this entire game, and the Colossi in the back with Archons in the front, and Stalkers and Zealots in the mix as well. It's going to do so much damage.
His best chance, I feel, is to try to snipe the Observer. If you can get that, that could be a game changer, but it's just so well protected. And AoE damage here, actually finishing off the Stormos before there are even detection over there. And he's just crushing through this. He's got so much army, so many Warpins here, and GG. Avenge taking a 2-0. We have an upset here. Avenge is back, ladies and gentlemen.
And he looks really, really good. These timings that he's bringing out, Sleep was just not able to handle either of them at all. I have to say, like, not the best handling out of Sleep, but still looking really, really strong on Avenge. And that's going to be an interesting winners match there, Sora versus Avenge.
Yeah, and you know, for me, I'm feeling like if Avenge was able to beat Sleep like that, and Sleep making a few questionable decisions, you know, the game one, you know, wrong decision, but like, not wrong in the sense that it was like a mistake. It was just, it did not happen to be the right one.
Yeah.
Bad luck there. But in game 2, he didn't look so solid. I feel like Parting might actually just slam him in the losers match.
It's looking that way, man.
But before we go to the winners match, we are going to take another 5-minute commercial.